business in India, make in India. That's the manufacturing sector has started improving. So I think this is a very big push that the Prime Minister has given. And this has happened, I would say, in the last 1 year, that everyone is putting in effort. And I think what has happened, the international community is also seeing that the Prime Minister is putting in so much effort, and all his policies are towards that they are looking at India very seriously.
They're looking at it seriously. Is there an instance, I know all of you are saying that you see the kind of change in the mood, in the kind of promises, the focuses that they're doing. Can you give us like an instance on the ground, like a anecdote or some kind of instance which shows that kind of change in attitude, what was there before and how people are tackling it now? Give me an anecdote, something like a...
So I'm just coming from Paris.
Okay.
We were there, we were in the CEO's forum meeting, and this is a general...
Were all of you there?
No.
Okay, yeah.
So I'm just capturing a particular discussion that happened. So for almost 15 minutes, we heard complaints from the French side about how difficult it is to get into India, etc. Then we asked them one question: when were these problems? So every problem was more than a year back. Then we said that anything in the last 1 year, believe me, there was none. And this was recorded in the CEO's forum meeting.
Really?
Yeah, it was recorded in the CEO's forum meeting that there was no complaint. And thereafter, few talked about certain cases. Some of the French companies talked about some cases about how quickly they were able to get approvals in the last few months, and it was a complete turnaround. So when we talk about ease of doing business, it's not just only the perception. We are seeing international investors actually talking about a change scenario on the ground in terms of ease of doing business. That's one. Second, if you see Hanover today, it's just not only talking about, again, come make in India and, come because we are asking you to come. If you see the stalls, if you see how the government of India is displaying, we see technology in India, how Indian companies who are actually manufacturing in India, foreign companies who are manufacturing in India are integrating with the globe. Here he is supplying solely to Daimler. It's the only...
And Daimler, in fact, has been singled out as one of the people having a one-on-one with the Prime Minister this afternoon. He's meeting 14 German CEOs and Daimler is meeting him separately as well.
You talked of German investment. In the auto sector, there has been a lot of German investment in the last few years.
There has.
There has. Daimler is one of the biggest investments, and they are very positive, and we are working with them very closely.
So, Mr. Birla, what would the Prime Minister like to take back in a skitty from Germany, which they could show off as like a big ticket? You want to add to the...
Sure. So, very often we focus on, and we should worry about Daimler and the big companies.
Yeah.
But Germany is famous for its Mittelstand. It's famous for its medium-sized largely family-owned businesses.
Yeah.
There are thousands of them that have world-leading positions in a whole variety of different industrial sectors.
Okay.
And I think to me, a huge takeaway would be if there was greater interest shown by the Mittelstand to doing more and more business in India, not only to do business in India for India. Yes, exactly. But not only to do business in India, but to do business from India for the world, which is what the Make in India campaign is all about.
But have they catered to them? Has the Indian delegation reached out to them?
If you look around the Hanover Fair, certainly from past years, the dominant presence, you see the big names in the large stalls.
Yeah.
But if you actually go around the fair, the great bulk of companies displaying here are the Mittelstand.
Okay.
And these are not tiny companies. These are companies that are, billion euro companies that are family owned. And there are thousands of these companies in Germany.
In India.
They're interested in India. A Daimler-Benz can figure out how to manage India at the worst of times.
Okay.
These family-owned companies cannot.
Okay.
And they're the ones who will really benefit from the ease of doing business. They're the ones who will benefit from a much more widespread improvement in the environment for business.
Okay, I wanted to ask you one thing as, again, looking back at this trip coming at a time when the Modi government's about to complete 1 year. Now, some of your colleagues from the industry, other industry representatives have voiced concerns in the past few months, weeks, saying that there was a lot of promise, but we're not seeing things happen quick enough. Do you want to comment on that?
So, I would like to say that little differently. You look at last 1 year. We have to see the number of reforms that the government has announced and the number of steps that have effectively been done. And can you even expect the government to act faster than what they have already done? Whenever a new government is in power, yes, they are in absolute majority in the Lok Sabha, and they have taken effectively every step at every month. You asked me a question. You asked one of us a question about what has changed. Can you even think of saying the word "Make in India" in 2006? That itself brings the change. And to give you an answer, to support what Naushad said, that the Indian companies will invest first. See the coal auction, see the telecom auction.
Yes.
And the fact that our chairman, Mr. Mukesh Ambani, has gone on record that we are actually investing over 150,000 crores in India at this point in time,
Yes.
which will all be commissioned in less than 24 months. That is part of Make in India. Now, there is 4G that is going to come, and as Naushad said, a load of companies from here are going to develop our medium and small industries and give them rapid growth. And that is what is going to happen. And that is what is going to change India, and that's when you'll really feel the change as you asked. Some of it is there today, and the rest of it will take time to percolate. I think we also need to give the government more time.
Of course, but nobody agrees. You want to add to that? Yeah. Sorry.
I just want to add that what I have seen the last 1 year is that companies I have not heard of, the amount of manufacturing exports that is taking place from various parts of the country is unbelievable. And we have not heard of those companies. Secondly, I have seen some of the programs of international companies who have big procurement offices in India. In the last 1 year, they have dramatically changed their outlook towards India, and their 3-year plans are going to increase exports from India. Of some of the companies, they will import from India 3x, 5x of what they've been doing, and that's what they've been mandated by the board of directors of various companies that India has to be a major manufacturing hub and procurement hub for these multinational companies. So that is the one big change I can tell you I see over there on the ground in the last 1 year.
So does no one agree with what Mr. Parekh and Mr. Maiko had also tweeted, that we need to... Does no one agree that there is... Yeah.
You know, perhaps for certain people, they feel that their industry specifically has not seen any change.
Okay.
But you've got to have a holistic view to this.
And they could be right, you're saying?
No. You've got to look at the overall environment. You've got to look at the overall effects of what's happening. You can't take a micro view to this.
Okay.
You've got to take a macro view. We're talking about a huge country. You know, 1 billion plus people. You can't expect every sector will be just booming because the new government has come. There are many sectors that a lot is happening. Maybe there are some sectors that is not, which makes the disbelievers. But definitely, if you look around,
like what you mean, because of the problems with the insurance bill and
no, not the problems of the insurance bill. What I'm talking about, the problems of certain land bill, or things like that, or specific industries. So you've got to take a holistic view to this. You can't be just focused on one area.
Okay.